Financial. I'm the Coastal Professionals Director and Leadership Gulf Coast Liaison.
Hey, and I'm Gabrielle Rose, the Long Beach Chamber and Pass Christian Chamber Director. And we know due to COVID-19 that our member businesses at the Mississippi Gulf Coast Chamber of Commerce are experiencing a little bit of a digital shift in the way they operate their businesses.
That is why we want to help you with ways to prepare content for your social media handles, video conference calls, logos, printing materials, and more.
So today we are going to give you a step-by-step presentation on how to utilize the graphic design platform Canva. This is a platform that our team utilizes to create cohesive, eye-catching graphics for branding and marketing, and honestly, it's one of our favorite ways to spread the word about the chamber.
Yeah, so this is one of our most user-friendly graphic design platforms that we know of. It essentially is a simpler version of Adobe Creative, such as Photoshop, as most of you may know. There's a free version and a paid version of this platform. We utilize the paid version, which is known as Canva Pro. And this allows you to have access to more templates, images, fonts, and just a lot more in general, so you can get a full graphic design package.
So, Lindsay, let's get started and show everybody what we're talking about and kind of give some tips and tricks on how to make your own flyer.
Okay, here we are.
So as you can see on Lindsay's screen, this is the home screen. So there's a create a design button. And as you can see, there are several design dimensions that you can choose from. So they're broken into various categories: social media, documents, marketing, print, personal, invitations. You can make resumes. This is really your go-to space for anything marketing related. So what we're going to do today is we're going to work on a flyer, and we're going to show you just how to use the various tools in Canva.
Yep, so this is a flyer we kind of put together for you guys that has various elements that you can use for your different design pieces. So we're going to recreate this flyer today, and we're going to start by adding a new page. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that so we can show you how to get started. So first, we just wanted to show you guys that there are some templates that you can use. Makes it really easy to put things together. So they have like general event flyers, marketing flyers, and if you click on them, you can see the various formats. So if you like, the way this one looks with the microphone and everything, or megaphone, sorry, then you can go do all that. So we are going to start essentially from scratch. So we are going to use a photo for a background.
And what's great about this, as you can see from Lindsay, just move your cursor and you'll be able to stretch the image any way that you'd like to fit your background. And a great tool that you can see is that you're able to center your image. It's really, like we said, very user-friendly. It'll show you when your image is centered to the page. So that's a great way to show you, align all of your pages together.
Right. And then we can also use, so similar to the templates, they have text examples for different font combinations that you may want to have. So we, I believe we use this one. So we can start that over here. And then you can change anything that you want. So you just highlight the text and type whatever you need.
And we found this is just a great tool. Not everyone is great at picking fonts that go together. And this is just a great way for you to see different fonts and utilize the best pairings, because sometimes fonts kind of run together if they look the same. But this is a great way to show different fonts that really work together for your design.
Right. And then if you do want to make anything like bigger or smaller all together, so if you have like a group of text like this, you can just drag and fit it to however you feel is best. Another thing with fonts that you can do is you can click on it here, and then you can go up to spacing, and then you can adjust the letter spacing. So if you want to do anything, different like that, or you could do line height. So you can make this either stretched out or tighter together. So depending on how you want to look. And then of course you can do different colors. So this, obviously you can make it blue or say a lighter gray.
You can pretty much pick any color in the rainbow. It's great.
Yeah,
and
so if you
have certain brand colors, you can upload that. So as you can see under brand colors, the chamber has that set of colors that we utilize for our chamber brand. And so those are probably our most frequently used. So you can set that up for your brand as well.
Right. And like Gabrielle was saying, you can create like any new color you want just by dragging and adjusting everything under new color. And we're going to stick with black for that one. Okay. And then you can go to elements. So we used made with Canva, and you can pretty much search anything here. So say you wanted to do something on health care because COVID-19. So then they bring up all these different ones that you can utilize here. And
as you'll see, as Lindsay's dragging her mouse over these, there are some with a $sign, there are some that say pro, and there are some images that say nothing. So if you have pro, you do get a much larger library of images that you can use, which is great. But if you also have free, like Lindsay's showing you, you can check the options. So that way you're not running into any paid options if you don't want that. Premium is where you're going to pay a little bit more for those images, but there is the option to pay for images if you do want to use those. So you can see those are the images with the $sign. You just have to pay for them after you use them.
Right. And then of course you can further filter images by color or different things like that. But a lot of them you can change the color depending on what it is. It'll give you that option. So like with this one, if we wanted it to be a darker blue, we could do that. But we're going to keep it that. And then next we use a frame on here. And of course, we're going to make that smaller and put it down here. I'm going to shift that down.
And as you see those pink lines, those are showing you how things are lining up. So right now that's centered, that line that Lindsay dragged with the frame, that's centered to whatever it's, what it's in front of or near. So it'll help you align all of your items.
Right. So, and then if you wanted different frames, so like say you wanted this more
something a little wild.
Yeah. Then you can do something like that, or they have even more abstract ones. So if you want like more like a paint blur look, then you can do something like that. And then uploads is where you can upload any of your personal media. So we're going to go ahead and pop in Gabrielle's. And then if you want to adjust her photo, you can just double click. And then we're going to make her a little bit bigger so it's more centered. And then you can click done. And that one looks good. And then instead of going and adding the frame again and then resizing it, you can just duplicate and then drag it across. And then you can go back to uploads, and then we're going to drop in my headshot. And I'm actually going to make Gabrielle's a little bit bigger so it matches. This is where you can get really particular with your images if you want to. And then if you want to group these two things together and move them at the same time, you can do that and make sure they're centered based off the text. And then I'm actually going to scoot everything up real quick because we're going to add one more element, and we're going to add our logo. So for those of you who are making any marketing images, of course, we always suggest that you put in your logo. That is one thing that kind of always brands it. So you may think that just because it's coming from your Facebook, people will know it's from you, but oftentimes people are scrolling through Facebook, and if they don't see your logo on your graphic, then they're not going to know it's from you right off the bat. So we always suggest including your logo no matter what. And I think
looks just like it. Now, another beautiful thing about Pro is that you can actually resize this image without having to recreate something new. So there's this great tool called Resize. And as you can see, the backgrounds for Lindsay and I today, we did a Zoom virtual background. So what you can do is, resize to anything that you want this image to be. So whatever you pick, Lindsay.
So oftentimes for our events, we'll create a flyer first, and then we'll go in and we will do a Facebook event cover because we're going to make an event for it. So we'll copy and resize so that way you're not losing the original. So always make sure that you copy and resize. So obviously this looks a little different than you would want. So you can make this a little bigger and then change the orientation over here. We can make it change like this.
Yeah, sometimes it takes playing around with, but you have all of the basic, the main stuff there. So it's really helpful that you don't have to actually recreate the wheel with this.
Right. So there's just different ways you can do that. We can also resize again from this and do a Facebook cover. So this is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be for your actual entire Facebook page. And you can copy and resize again. So it'll be a little bit bigger again, and then you'll have to play with it to make sure it's exactly how you want. But super simple. It makes it a lot easier than recreating the entire piece again. But all kinds of different ways to do that. And then we also just wanted to make you guys aware that you can create your logo in here.
Yes, this is one of our favorite tools.
Yes, Gabrielle and I use this a lot for different events and things that we do. I know, like I had my CYP Ignite conference and we had to completely we had to create that from scratch. And then I know Gabrielle did her Taste of Long Beach, and we have done all kinds of different ones for different events. So you can actually click logo and create something very easy. They have templates that you can, of course, use. And you can delete like the orange background and say we want to make this blue. You can do all that. And then when you download, we always suggest doing a PNG for a logo and a transparent background. So this is going to give you no white space, makes it really easy to lay this logo onto any flyer or Facebook event cover or whatever you're going to use it for. It's just more cohesive. It won't be a block of color on your screen. And then same thing with these. Yeah. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, that's exactly what I was going to say. When you're downloading your flyer, if you're doing it digitally, we always recommend doing a PNG. That's going to give you the highest quality image. But the other great thing that they offer is PDF for print. So if your image is ready to go to the printers, you can download a PDF for print, and it will give you the highest quality PDF as well. So those are just really great tools, easy to download, and Canva will actually print it for you, but there are some really great ways you can actually print in-house just by utilizing those tools.
Of course, and then you can also use crop marks and bleeds. So if you're working with a specific printing company, oftentimes they'll ask for that. Or sometimes if you're printing in-house, like Gabrielle was saying, it gives you a guideline to be able to cut out your image. So that helps a lot. And then with PNG, of course, because we mentioned the transparent background for the logo, make sure you don't click that for your design images, such as flyers or anything like that, because it'll take away your entire background. And we don't want to do that. So you can also click to download multiple pages at a time. So if you want it to be in one document, like a PDF, you can do that, or you can just do one. And it's super simple, but yeah.
I think that's all we have for y'all today. We really enjoyed teaching Canva to y'all. This is one of Lindsay and I's favorite tools as we mentioned, and we'd be happy to answer any questions. If you want to sound off in the comments, we'd be happy to answer anything you may have. So thank you so much for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks guys.